What if the most advanced alien force in the galaxy couldn't defeat a species they called primitive? What secret does humanity hold that turns the tide of an unwinnable war? In this video, we'll uncover the deadly techniques that make humans, survivors of a dangerous world, an unstoppable force. Is it brute strength or something deeper? Stay with us to find out. The vast control room aboard the alien warship is dimly lit, with large, glowing holographic displays casting soft blue light across the walls. A group of alien commanders stands around a central table, reviewing tactical maps of Earth and its surrounding colonies. These aliens, from a highly advanced species, are calm and confident. They speak in a tone of superiority, discussing their strategy to finally end the conflict with the humans, whom they refer to as Deathworlders. One commander, with a stern expression, explains how their species has always dominated in warfare, relying on their superior technology and precise military tactics. They mention how, despite the humans' unexpected resistance, it is only a matter of time before their advanced forces crush them once and for all. To these aliens, humans are primitive, barely capable of organized strategy, surviving only due to brute force and sheer luck. Their world, Earth, is seen as a hostile, dangerous planet, and it is a wonder to the aliens how the humans have managed to thrive in such a deadly environment. As the commanders review their plans, there is a sense of arrogance in the air. They believe the upcoming battle will be quick and decisive. Their technology is beyond anything humans could dream of, and the Deathworlders are simply too chaotic and disorganized to pose a real threat. The aliens speak confidently, certain that this final push will bring them victory. However, amid their discussion, one junior commander raises a question. He hesitates but wonders aloud why the humans, with their inferior tools and tactics, have managed to survive this long. He asks if they might be underestimating their opponents. The senior commanders laugh it off, dismissing the idea as nonsense. They believe that any success the humans have had is purely luck, nothing more. In their minds, the Deathworlders are outmatched, and this war is nearly over. Far away from the alien command center, the scene shifts to a human base on the surface of a rugged planet. The atmosphere is tense but focused. Human soldiers, a small but elite group, are gathered in a modest makeshift war room. Unlike the sleek technology of the aliens, their surroundings are rough and practical. Everything here is built for survival, not comfort. These soldiers are the best of the best veterans who have survived countless battles against the alien invaders. They know they are outnumbered and outgunned, but they remain calm and resolute. As they prepare for the next engagement, their leader, a grizzled, battle-hardened commander, reviews their strategy. He doesn't speak of high-tech weapons or advanced tactics. Instead, he talks about using the environment, knowing their terrain, and adapting to the chaos of battle. This is where humans excel. Unlike the aliens, who rely on rigid tactics and overwhelming technology, humans have learned to be flexible, unpredictable, and resourceful. The soldiers listen intently. They know that their survival doesn't come from brute strength or superior firepower, but from their ability to think on their feet and react to the unexpected. Their combat techniques, though seen as primitive by the aliens, have kept them alive. They make use of guerrilla tactics, hit-and-run attacks, setting traps, and using the planet's natural dangers to their advantage. Every tree, every rock, and every storm on this deep world is a potential weapon in their hands. What the aliens don't understand is that humans have lived on a planet where everything is out to kill them. From natural disasters to wild animals and disease, humans have evolved to handle chaos. They can turn any situation to their favor, and that's what makes them so dangerous. Their unpredictability, something the aliens consider a weakness, is actually their greatest strength. As the human commander finishes his briefing, he shares a grim but determined message with his soldiers. They don't need to win the battle in the traditional sense. They just need to survive long enough for the aliens to make a mistake. And when that moment comes, the humans will be ready to strike. The soldiers nod in agreement. They know what's coming, and they are ready. The aliens think they are fighting an inferior species, but the humans have a secret weapon that the alien commanders will never see coming. Their ability to adapt, outthink, and survive. no matter the odds. The moment has arrived. The alien commanders, confident in their superior strategy, order their forces to launch a full-scale assault on the human stronghold. From high above the planet, their sleek, technologically advanced warships release waves of soldiers and machines, descending rapidly to the surface. On the ground, the alien troops move with mechanical precision, an organized, unstoppable force that has conquered countless worlds. They are certain this will be no different. But the humans are ready. They've been expecting this, and they know exactly how the aliens will approach. While the alien troops rely on their advanced sensors and perfectly coordinated attacks, the humans rely on something far more unpredictable: the environment. As the alien forces advance, they are met with silence. The battlefield seems empty, almost too quiet. Suddenly, chaos erupts. Human soldiers, hidden in the terrain, launch a series of guerrilla strikes. They hit quickly and disappear into the dense forests, rocky cliffs, and hidden caves, leaving the aliens scrambling to figure out where the next attack will come from. The alien commanders, watching from above, grow frustrated. They can't understand why their sensors are failing to detect the humans. What they can realize is that the humans have deliberately sabotaged the battlefield. They've set electromagnetic traps, rendering the aliens' high-tech equipment useless. Drones fall from the sky, and communication between alien units breaks down. The aliens are left blind and vulnerable. In the midst of the confusion, a human sniper takes aim from a high vantage point. With nothing more than a simple rifle, he picks off key alien officers one by one. The aliens, so used to relying on their automated defenses, are unable to pinpoint his location. To them, it's as if the humans are invisible, ghosts in the battlefield. The alien soldiers attempt to regroup, but the terrain itself seems to turn against them. Hidden mines and traps, carefully placed by the humans, erupt from the ground. Entire squads are wiped out before they can even engage the enemy. To the aliens, it feels as though the planet itself is fighting back. Their technological superiority means nothing in the face of a battlefield that has been shaped by human hands. As the battle rages on, the alien commanders, watching helplessly from their warship, realize that their carefully planned strategies are falling apart. Their troops are used to fighting in controlled environments where everything is predictable. But here, on a death world, nothing is predictable. The humans are using every dirty trick in the book, exploiting every weakness the aliens never knew they had. In a final desperate move, the alien commanders deploy their most powerful war machines, massive walkers equipped with energy weapons and shields. But even these are no match for the humans' ingenuity. As one walker advances, a group of human soldiers leads it into a narrow canyon where they've rigged the walls with explosives. With a single detonation, the canyon collapses, burying the massive machine under tons of rock. The battle continues, and the alien forces, despite their overwhelming numbers and firepower, are slowly being worn down. The humans, with their unconventional tactics and sheer determination, are turning the tide. Every time the aliens adapt, the humans are already 3 steps ahead, using the chaos of the battlefield to their advantage. By the time the alien commanders realize what has happened, it's too late. Their forces are in disarray, and the humans have achieved the impossible. They've outsmarted a vastly superior enemy using nothing but their knowledge of the land and their ability to adapt. The aliens, for all their advanced technology, have been defeated by a species they once considered primitive. The battlefield is eerily quiet now. Smoke rises from the wreckage of the alien war machines, and the once pristine landscape is littered with debris from both sides. The human soldiers, bruised and battered but still standing, emerge from their hidden positions, surveying the destruction. Against all odds, they have done it. They have won. The alien invaders, with all their technological superiority, have been forced into a humiliating retreat. Inside the alien warship, the atmosphere is one of disbelief and shock. The commanders, who had once been so certain of their victory, now stand in silence, staring at the tactical displays that show the decimation of their forces. It's an outcome they never anticipated. They had expected to wipe out the humans with ease, but instead, they've been outmaneuvered at every turn. One of the senior commanders, his face twisted with frustration, finally speaks. He admits that they have made a grave mistake. They had underestimated the humans, these Deathworlders, as they called them. They had seen them as primitive, relying on brute force and chaos, but now they realized that those very traits, adaptability, unpredictability, and resilience, are what make humans such dangerous adversaries. Another commander, younger and more cautious, had raised concerns earlier in their war meetings. Now, with a grim expression, he reminds his superiors that the humans' ability to survive on a world as hostile as Earth should have been the first warning. Earth, with its deadly storms, fierce wildlife, and volatile conditions, had shaped humanity into survivors. And in battle, those survival instincts had made all the difference. The alien commanders exchanged glances, their arrogance replaced by a newfound respect, albeit a reluctant one. They realize now that technology alone does not win wars. It's not just about having the most advanced weapons or the most powerful machines. The human victory was not about strength. It was about cunning, strategy, and, above all, their ability to turn every disadvantage into an advantage. For the first time in the war, the aliens understand that they are facing an enemy unlike any they've encountered before. The humans are unpredictable, and that makes them dangerous. They don't follow the same rules. They don't fight the way other species fight. And now, the aliens know that they cannot afford to underestimate the Deathworlders again. As the alien warship begins to pull away from the battlefield, the commanders are left with a bitter truth. This war is far from over. The humans have shown that they are not to be taken lightly, and the next encounter will be even more challenging. But deep down, the alien commanders know that no matter how many times they face the humans, there is one undeniable fact: the Deathworlders will always find a way to survive. Back on the ground, the human commander watches the alien warship retreat into the sky. He doesn't celebrate or boast. He knows this victory is just one step in a long, grueling war. But for now, he allows himself a small moment of satisfaction. His soldiers, those gritty, battle-hardened survivors, have proven that humanity can stand against even the most advanced forces in the galaxy. They've earned their place in this fight. And as the alien ships vanish into the distance, the human commander shares a final message with his troops. They'll be back, but next time, they'll know exactly what we're capable of. As the dust settles on the battlefield, the deeper meaning behind this conflict begins to take shape. This was more than just a fight between two species. It was a clash of philosophies, of survival instincts honed by vastly different worlds. At the heart of it all is a powerful truth. Humanity's greatest strength isn't its technology or firepower. It's something much more fundamental: its adaptability and determination. The alien commanders, with all their advanced systems and precise strategies, were defeated because they couldn't grasp one key fact. Humans have spent their entire existence overcoming challenges far greater than anything a machine could solve. Earth, their home, is a hostile environment where survival is never guaranteed. Humanity has grown strong because it has had no choice. That instinct for survival, that ability to adapt in the face of overwhelming odds, is what sets them apart. For the aliens, war is a calculated affair, an equation to be solved with the right amount of force applied in the right places. But for humans, it's something far more primal. It's about outlasting the enemy, about bending the rules when necessary, and finding ways to turn weaknesses into strengths. The aliens underestimated this core trait, and it cost them dearly. This battle also speaks to the power of resilience. Throughout history, humanity has faced threats that seemed impossible to overcome, from natural disasters to internal conflicts. And yet, time and again, they've survived. The human soldiers on this battlefield are no different. They knew they were facing a superior force, but they never lost hope. They never gave up. And that unwavering determination, that refusal to back down, was just as important as any strategy they employed. The aliens' advanced technology, while impressive, ultimately couldn't match the human spirit. This battle shows that in war and in life, sometimes it's not about having the most powerful tools or the best laid plans. Sometimes it's about heart, grit, and the willingness to fight no matter how dire the situation seems. Through this conflict, one undeniable theme emerges: the importance of adaptability in the face of adversity. The humans didn't just survive. They thrived because they embraced the chaos of the battlefield and turned it into their advantage. They didn't fight the way the aliens expected. They didn't follow conventional rules, and that's why they succeeded. In the end, it's this adaptability that makes humans so formidable. The message here is clear. Those who can adapt, those who can change when circumstances demand it, are the ones who will survive and triumph. It's not always about strength. Sometimes it's about flexibility, resilience, and the ability to see opportunity where others see only obstacles. That's what makes the Deathworlders such a dangerous opponent. And for the aliens, this lesson has been learned the hard way. As they retreat, they realize that their old ways of thinking no longer apply. The universe is not just a place of rules and order. It's a place where unpredictability reigns, and those who thrive in that uncertainty will always have the upper hand. Throughout the conflict, both the human and alien characters undergo significant transformation, revealing deeper layers to their personalities and beliefs. For the alien commanders, the story begins with a sense of supreme confidence. These are beings who have known only victory, relying on their advanced technology and rigid military doctrines to conquer other species. At first, they are cold, calculating, and dismissive of the humans, whom they see as little more than disorganized primitives. Their arrogance blinds them to the true nature of their enemy. As the battle progresses, cracks begin to form in their composed exterior. The alien commanders, once calm and assured, start to feel the weight of their failure as their carefully laid plans unravel. Each setback pushes them further into frustration and confusion. They struggle to understand how their superior forces are being outmaneuvered by a species they deemed inferior. One commander in particular, perhaps the youngest or the most cautious, starts to question the wisdom of underestimating the humans. Earlier in the story, he voiced concerns, asking whether their reliance on technology could be a weakness against a species that thrives in unpredictability. His warnings were dismissed by the senior commanders, but now, as the battle falls apart, his doubts are proven valid. This commander's arc is one of growth, from a junior officer hesitant to challenge authority to someone who begins to see the bigger picture and recognize the depth of the human's resilience. By the end of the battle, the alien commanders have been humbled. They are no longer the arrogant overseers they were at the start. They have learned that war is not just about strategy and technology. It's about understanding your enemy and respecting their strengths. This shift in their mindset leaves them more cautious, wary of the humans they once underestimated, and sets the stage for future encounters where they might approach the conflict differently. On the human side, the human soldiers demonstrate remarkable character through their toughness and unshakable resolve. Each soldier represents the survivalist mentality that has been forged through countless struggles on their home planet. From the commander leading the human forces to the individual soldiers, there is a shared understanding that they are not fighting for glory or conquest. They are fighting to survive. The human commander is a key figure in this transformation. From the start, he knows that their chances are slim. He understands the power and precision of the alien forces, but he also knows his soldiers, and more importantly, he knows the environment. He embodies the spirit of humanity, adaptable, pragmatic, and unwilling to surrender no matter the odds. His leadership is not about fancy speeches or bravado. Instead, it's about steady, quiet confidence. He trusts in his team, in their ability to think on their feet and exploit the weaknesses of their enemies. As the battle rages on, the human soldiers showcase their strengths in different ways. One soldier might be an expert in terrain manipulation, setting traps that incapacitate the enemy. Another might be a sniper, relying on patience and precision to take down key targets. Each soldier brings a unique skill to the fight, but it's their collective adaptability that turns the tide of battle. Their greatest asset is not their weapons, but their minds and their ability to improvise under pressure. In the end, the human soldiers emerge victorious, not because they were stronger or better equipped, but because they were flexible, resourceful, and united. Their arc is not one of great change, but rather a deeper revelation of the traits that make humanity so formidable. They are survivors, and this victory is just one more chapter in their long history of defying the odds. The aliens thought they knew their enemy, but now they've seen the truth. Humans are more dangerous than they ever imagined. But what happens when the enemy you underestimated becomes your greatest threat? The battle may be over, but the war is just beginning. What will the aliens do when they realize what they're truly up against?